teeth sticking off the cecum, which is right here. There is the ileum. That's the ileocecal valve. Then where the colon goes up, that's the ascending colon. Then where it goes across, transverse colon. Then where it goes down, descending colon. Then where it's all twisted up in this S shape here, that's your sigmoid colon. Leads into the rectum. So you need the parts of the colon on the human only. Cats kind of have an exclamation point colon. I don't know what the parts are. You don't need to know. This green thing is the pancreas. Make sure you look at the different models because pancreas are all different colors. That's the little man's pancreas. This is this guy's pancreas. And then it's dissected a bit away so you can see that white duct. That's the pancreatic duct. Again, pancreas with the pancreatic duct exposed. Sometimes if you flip them on the back, see this green thing here? That's a common bile duct. There are pieces and parts here and there. I don't catch those. Same thing coming back here. Then, where the common bile duct and the hepatic duct, they all drain into the small intestine, the duodenum. You see how they cut a little window out right here? There's a little bump right there. That's the duodenal papillae that's on your list. That's where the pancreatic duct and the common bile duct all drain into the small intestine. A few of those are slides. We'll probably get to next week. Greater, lesser method. Is that all the parts? Oh, rugae. Sometimes you can see this in a cat, sometimes not. The stomach's pretty small when it's empty, but then it can distend to what? Maybe 2 up to 4 liters of extra food. A lot. It's got to expand a lot. So the inner walls of the stomach, when it's contracted, have all these accordion-like folds. Those are the rugae. That's what can expand without carrying the mucosa. Again, the regions of the stomach, you got the esophagus coming in here, fundus, body, pyloric region, greater curvature, lesser curvature, rugae on the inside. And, oh, that's right, it's extra credit day today. You can get extra credit today. Very generous that way. You can get 1 point for every phylum of parasitic worms you may find in the intestines of your cat. So, for example, you'll find 2 possible phyla that are common. This one here, these are all these are out of anatomy cats here, but this is a tapeworm. That's phylum is Platyhelminthes. The group yesterday found one like this. Look, this is yesterday's worm from Monday's lab. Pretty nice. They're flat in cross-section. They're tapeworms. They have a little scolex. They hold fast, holds them in your intestine. The rest of them, the scolex is about, oops, sorry, look a little bit of stuff there. That's the scolex. All the rest of this that's not in my fingers, that's all gonads. These things reproduce like crazy. But those are Platyhelminthes tapeworms. They just, hang out in your intestines, steal your nutrients. Then you might find, none of them will be this big, this one's out of a human, but some roundworms. These are round in cross-section. Most of them you'll find in a cat will be this size or smaller. These are nematode worms. So the phylum is Nematoda. They're a parasitic worm, or Platyhelminthes are the tapeworms, the flatter worms. So if you go, you can find these anywhere basically from colon up to the stomach. These worms can hang out. So while you're putting around in there, if you find one of these, I'll give you 1 point for each phylum. So that's a possible 2 points. Got like 980. Generous of them. Just 2 free points you can get today. And then if you get them, bring them to me so I can check them. We'll plop them in my collection here. What else? Cool. Don't open these nuts here. Cool. Like a rattle.
And what?
That's my question. What are those?
Stones.
Yes. Gallstones. These come out of one gallbladder. They're called a nice unicorn. They look like gravel. They were kind of a dull green when they first came out. Those are out of somebody's gallbladder.
Human?
Yeah, so don't open them. Not, those are gallstones. Yeah, they fill up the whole thing. They're usually made of cholesterol. It precipitates out and it plugs up the whole gallbladder. What else do you need? Is that everything on your list?
We have to know that.
Yeah.
Or is it just interesting?
You have to know it. It's interesting, but you have to know it. It comes out of my mouth, I can throw it on a test. You know how I am. So yeah, you better know it now.
Okay, does the whole table get the extra credit, or just the person that finds it?
The group, since you're working as a group on the cat, right? I was just fighting.
Maybe we should all be one.
No, some of them are really tiny. No, you don't get more points. It's not by the inch. Although if you get the record, I'll be happy. I think this is the longest one I've found in anatomy so far over the years. But this is, that's a pretty good length. That's the record. That's what you're shooting for tapeworms. Roundworms won't be this long.
20 points for that?
No, 1. And a job well done from your instructor.
We can take them. So those just hang out.
Yeah, they hang out and steal your nutrients. And they're
And then how do you get rid of them? Just
there's all kinds of difference here. You know, medically they give these nice safe drugs, so, you know, a tablespoon of kerosene will do them in, you know. That's not a recommended home